Hello guys, welcome to this video. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to master fighting, okay? So, there's three categories, okay? And in each category, well, almost all of them, but I'm going to say for each. So in each category, there are two things, okay? And in each of those, there are pillars. And those pillars work together, like they work together, like they're like connected and they help each other. You know, but you can do them separately, but I recommend like doing all of them together to actually like master these. Okay, so the first one is freebooting. Okay, so right now like my FPS is like isn't that good because I'm streaming right now. I'm not streaming. Like the input delay is like I can feel the input delay compared to actually normal. Oh my goodness, it's like crazy. I was just freebooting like crazy. And now like that's not so much. So the first one, the freebooting, it's editing. So with editing, you know, it's regular. Like who doesn't know how to edit, you know? But like I bet you probably doing it wrong. Okay, I was doing it wrong in the past when I thought, you know, I'm doing it really good, but I know like I was better at the time. I was thinking like, you know, I understand it. All I do is practice more, but I really like didn't really know actually how to properly do it, you know, because I was missing something. Because with editing, in this case, there's three pillars. You know, and I said before, these pillars work together. You see, since I didn't get one out of the two properly of working on it, I wasn't getting anywhere by like freebooting every day, you know? So, the first one, which is the one I was missing a lot, is timing. Y'all probably already know this. Excuse me, I'm just coughing. I don't know why. But, the first one is timing. For timing, for those who don't know, is this okay? So, all this works on controller, by the way. It's just that, like, you know, these buttons are different because I'm on keyboard and mouse, but you can do them the exact same on controller. So look, in this case, you press F, which is select, you know, and then you then press left click, which is to edit it, you know, not select. So F is to select the building, then left click is to select the file. I'm using edit on release because trust me, it's way much more better. Cause look, so look, you first off start going slow, you know. F left, F left, F left, F left, F left, F left, shoot, F left, and then they keep on trying to go faster and faster. I recommend going on maps, like for example, on Radar's Mechanics Training V5. I recommend like that for example, for doing this, okay? So ultimately timing is really important, because if you don't, then you won't like, for example, be able to like edit fast like that, like, you know, like quickly as that. So for the second one, it's crosshair placement. You see, crosshair placement, you might like, hey, here's the thing I don't get though, but this is true though. You might be like having like good, like almost good, probably even good crosshair placement while freebooting. But once you start like editing just one build while walking forward, like for example like this right here, you might like have like not good crosshair placement. Which I have good crosshair placement, but like for example my friend, not to be rude to him or anything, not at all being rude. I'm just saying like even though his crosshair placement's good, or probably like almost good or something, while freebooting, it's not like actually like good as in the basic sense. So that means if it's not good on one of those, then you're not gonna really get helped on the other. So you actually need to work on your crosshair placement properly. Which crosshair placement is like look, like the lowest distance, like the smallest distance you can go to editing something, you know? So instead of going like this, you can go like that, you know? So like that, you can go like that, you know? Okay? is speed. Speed is just, going fast, It's crazy. But yeah, it's just going fast. And thing is though, for editing, with the timing and cluster placement, once you get a good handle on it, and when I say handle, I mean like you good at it, but not like excellent at it. So you have a good handle on timing and cluster placement. Then like when you're free building, you can get better of those. But if you get better, then you're not gonna really see that much difference. But you will get better. But with speed, the difference is more important because the more you practice, the bigger of a distance there will be compared to the others. So speed is like the main thing there. But the thing is though, with speed, you mainly need to get the first two pillars of editing. You have a good handle on it for you to work more to get a good handle on speed. Now, for the second thing in free building is building, okay? So for building, it's also like really important. It's like I would say equally as important as editing, but you need also to get a good handle on editing first. But like you like I'm just go with the first anything. So for building, first one is mechs. Of course you need to edit, But of course you gotta first go over the basics, of how to place things, but I'm not gonna go over that. I'm gonna start off with with mechs. So for mechs, for example, there's a quad edit, a Mongo classic, a ramp flip going down, like all of these things, Okay? That's like, mechs. Mechs is how you stay protected while like building up, The more faster you are with mechs, the more faster you like go around, go around. So it's very protective, and also it's supposed to look flashy, like it's supposed to look flashy, which like really helps with the views, if you don't have crazy input delay. But next one in building, the second pillar is piece control mechs. What it is like is like, look, let's say you let's decide here, okay? So you just, let's say this is the box, okay? What you do is you go like this, okay? See, I just place the box around them, shoot them while they're looking at that wall, because I just took a piece. And what's a piece, you might ask? A piece is like the place, or is, well, or what the wall could be at. So like, a piece might be like where the wall could be at, which is right here. Or a piece could just be the wall. You could take it, and now it's your piece because it's your wall. Just say this to opponents, mine it, and then boom, you just place yours. Now this is your piece. But also, like I said before, I'm going to take these pieces, which these are the places that he could have built, but I built first, so I pieced him up. In this case, I also boxed him up. And this is like, so yeah, I just like, right there was all I knew about the piece control mechs, but I really simplified it into its easiest form, but kind of more complex, because like you really need to know when to like do certain things with it. Like for example, like this right here. So the thing is though, you can combine these two, like my photo, and then go then like that. I use my mechs and like the piece control mechs. So yeah, you protect different fast going to them, and then take other pieces so they can't go anywhere, and boom, you kill them very fast. Okay. Now that right there is free building. So once you get a good handle on all of them, you're quite good at free building. But if you want to be the best fighter, you gotta be the best at it. So free building can be just for flash, just for cool stuff, or it can actually be for fighting. Okay. Which, here's the second one now. This one is not flashy. Well, one of the well, like one of the things of it can be, but like it's not really. The first thing of aiming is tracking. Tracking is just keeping your crosshair on your opponent while they're walking around, like moving around. You know, so you just keeping it on. Them, you know? That's what tracking is. Like for example, tracking in the sky. Just keeping your crosshair on them. Okay, tracking is tracking. It's easy, but you need a good sense. This is like probably the like out of the three things in aiming that you need, that sense is like very important. Okay, second thing is precise. That is, it's like it's like for example, you shoot your opponent, then you look and snap onto your other opponent and shoot them. You know, so like that's that. So yeah, that's what precise is. It's precisely snapping onto your opponent and shooting them. For flicking, it's like precise, but more flashy, but it also is more useful in some situations. So look, let's say your opponent is like right there, but they're moving that direction, you know, behind this right here, okay? So that means you can then go right here, and go, see, I just flicked, but then I looked back over here. You see, for example, see that's you see right here when I went like this, I could have just stuck right there. But what if I wanted to reset this? Okay, like that. Well, of course I just missed against the wall, but you said it. Or I could have just boom and then like shoot his duo. You see, flicking is like still very important. Now, see, aiming was a small one because aiming is like kind of easy to talk about. A third one is game sense, and this is probably the most hardest to talk about. Okay, so with game sense, the game sense is more important than you think. Okay, sure you might think it's really important, but at the same time you probably not probably. Oh my goodness, that stutter's crazy. You probably don't know what game sense really is. Okay, game sense is two things: knowledge and strategy. Let's first go over the pillars for knowledge. The first one in knowledge is knowing the basic, like you know, like the basic controls, like how to walk, look around, build, edit. You know, that's the basic of knowing how to use your buttons properly. You know. Okay. Now, second thing is tracking through builds. This is like, I swear, people somehow still to this day don't know how to do this. Okay, tracking through your builds isn't like a hack, isn't some superpower, isn't some like crazy thing you can go for. It's actually really simple and easy to get used to. Okay, so let's say your opponent is like free building. Okay, so I'm free building. No, we're not free building. If you want to be winning with the free building while doing it, okay. My opponent's like up there. Okay. So now, I'm going to turn and try to chase after him, okay? And now, I hit them because I was watching them with my peripheral vision. See, you don't have to directly look at them unless, for example, you're inside your box and they're like going around your box and you just stare at them, okay? And then and if they take this wall and they somehow got it, you just look at them. Well, like, you shouldn't do this, because you can just, you know, like, edit out, and you go, like, over here. But, like, for example, you can edit that, and then make a bad edit, and you can just shoot them as, like, a free file. So, yeah. It's much more simple than you think. You can use your peripheral vision to see where they're going, okay? And then, next one, the third pillar of it, is hints. What's hints? There's two things. So, hints. For example, in Fortnite, there's the what's it called again? The visual sound effects that's like around my crosshair, and what and what it does, you have to know what each symbol means, and what it means of like the direction is around your crosshair. Like for example, when it's above my crosshair, they're either in front of me or above me. Okay, but at the same time, where are they and how far away are they? Well, the smaller the icon get, the farther away they are. But you still don't know exactly if you're not like a super nerd somehow, which is why hints also sound. This is really important if you're wearing a headset that has 3D audio because this will help you so much. So you would know where, like, exactly the opponent are, like how far away they are, if they're shooting, if they're like to your left, above you, behind you, like anywhere, and you would know if they're breaking builds, if they're placing builds. You can just hear it. Okay. Now, finally, the last thing in uh, game sense is strategy. Strategy, yeah, it's game sense, but it's like more harder than just knowledge. So strategy, first of all, the first pillar is when to do things. So what do you mean by when to do things? Like, it's kind of obvious. Well, like, for example, if your opponent's like right there, boxed, but like you know they're in there because you were tracking through the builds, just like for knowledge. But thing is though, you don't know when to go down there. Okay, so that means you're just like free building above them for way too long. You can free build above them, but not for too long. Okay, so you do need to free build downwards towards them to clip them. But of course, they could just move, and you wouldn't know because you don't know when. For example, you don't know when to track them. You should be tracking them always, but like I'm saying, like when to look at them, you know. And now, second is plan things out. To plan things out, this is more towards, like for example, fighting a storm. Okay. Well, like this is more into like battle royale, reload. It's more into that, but you can still put it into like creative modes. But for example, when you're in storm and you're fighting somebody, which remember you in storm, but you can still, but like the storm has paused. You can still go to it. It's not that far away, but you're fighting somebody in storm still. But now there's a third party coming towards you. What should you do? Okay. Now this is how you see. This is why you have to plan things out. Because there's 4 ways you can take it. Okay. You can just go in the storm. Okay. Risk dying from them, but you also don't risk from dying from storm. Okay. Or second, you could just, fight one of the opponents, and then go straight to storm, risking dying from third party, but you have a lower risk dying from the first enemy and dying from storm, compared to a third option, which is killing both of them, and then going straight into storm afterwards. Which you could just do that. Or there was a fourth option. I was thinking about this before I made this video. But I don't think it's a fourth option. Y'all can think about this a fourth option or not. I don't remember. But yeah, that's it. So that's all with game sense, which means we now know everything about free building, aiming, and game sense. Everything you need to work on if y'all need to work on any of this, okay? Excuse me, spool. So if y'all master all three, including me, cause I'm saying y'all, but I don't mean me. If you master free building, like everything in free building, everything in aim, and everything in game sense, then you mastered fighting, aka the top player, okay? Which I know I need to work on some of these. Like for example, like my cross placement, I might need to work on. I'm being told I do, but by my friends, so I guess I do. And then for like piece control mechs, I'm working on it. Of course, I can still work on my mechs. And then for them, like either aim, like for the flicking and tracking, I need to work more on that. And then for game sense, I need to plan things out better. And I need to like, yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, y'all should, if y'all watching this, like all the way to the end, I want y'all to do one thing for me, okay? I want y'all to try to find out of this video of something that I said that y'all need to work on, okay? And then focus on working on that, and also with like other things that you might think you need to work on, okay? So that's how you master fighting, I haven't mastered fighting, but I know how to, though. You see? That's the difference. So, that's it for the video. Now I know how to master fighting. Now I just gotta put in the effort, put in the time, play every day or every other day, consistent for hours on end each day, and grinding Fortnite out. You know? So that's how you actually become the master at fighting.